guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you my hybrid build. It's a recent creation simply because the RNG hasn't worked in my favour, and after grinding and grinding for loot I've decided to try something different. Okay, right, so let's look at the initial stats. My firearms are at 8k, stamina 4k, electronics 3k. And when doing a build, you need to consider what you want to get out of the build. For this one, I'm using it last stand. Primarily, this is a team build. So what I mean by this, it works better when you've got backup and you're running with your teammates rather than going as solo, because I'm not the best player, and going solo for me pretty much ends up in disaster. So let's start off with the build. It's a ninja backpack build with 2-piece Banshee and 3-piece Alpha Bridge. This is the first time I'm using Alpha Bridge since the days of 1.4, I think it was, or maybe that was the Sentry Shotgun. So first off, chest piece. It's rolled to firearms with with EDR and burn resist, and the stamina mods. I'll just scroll down. 264 firearms with skill haste, and 252 firearms with skill haste. So not the best, but it's what I've got to work with, and ideally I'd like something else in there, but that's by the by. And as for mods, you know, firearms with skill haste, it's always better, so you can get your skills up pretty good. The backpack, again, moving over, it is the ninja backpack, so it's rolled to firearms, crit damage and ammo capacity. Fairly decent rolls, electronics mod with skill haste and self-heal performance mods. Alpha mask, let's just move on to that now. As you can see, it's rolled with EDR and the stamina mod with the skill haste put in there as well. So it's always best now. I see that the meta is always skill haste. Moving on to my gloves, Banshee, of course, roll to firearms, and as you can see from the major attributes, it's a fairly decent roll here. 17% crit hit damage, 6% crit hit chance, and that lovely 12% SMG damage bonus, and that's why I'm running with SMGs at the moment. Knee pads, Alpha Bridge, stamina rolled, could be a little bit higher, but I don't have enough div tech, so I will optimize them a bit more, and it's rolled to major attributes, rolled to health. Minor attributes, top one, not really fussed about. Ideally I would like a better drop for this, but with 29% bleed resist and 28% shock resist, it's fairly decent, and it does provide a little bit of stability when going against predator builds. Now moving on to the holster. It's an alpha holster rolled to firearms with that 7% skill haste. So can't really argue here. I'm getting a lot of skill haste, and it does actually help with this build considering that my electronics are 3000. Now moving on to the stats. Just scroll over here. Firearm, stamina, electronics, you already know those. So weapon damage. My crit hit chance is 36%, crit hit damage is 106%, headshot is 61%. Helpful when using the SMGs, but my range is 17 meters. I'll just move down to it. 17 meters. So, as I said, this is for working in a team. Getting an extra 5% damage as well for the Alpha Bridge. And then of course I'm getting that 10% damage out of cover as well, and with the gloves there's my 12% stamina damage, so it does actually pack a punch. Skill haste is at 31%, so it could be a little bit higher, but I'm quite alright with that. Survivability, armor doesn't really matter anymore since the updates, and EDR is at 11%, bleed resist 29%. Burn resist 15, I would like that a bit higher, but then I can optimize or grind for some better loot, and shock resist, always handy to be at that 28%. Now, moving on to my weapons. As you can see, I'm using the house as my primary. Now, with deadly, predatory, and the additional slot, obviously the card counter, that extra slot that I'm getting competent, which is from my V7. Damage is 22.9%, so it's pretty good, and with the kills that I'm getting, that pred kicks in, it surely does help a lot. I've seen other builds that utilise responsive, but with my luck on rolls, I went deadly just to get that extra crit damage. And I would like that extra slot to be unforgiving, but I'll be grinding or crafting for a better SMG at a later point. But for now, this is what I'm running with, thanks to the RNG. I won't go into detail on the mods too much, as I'll just glance over them quickly. As you can see, magazine size, reload rate of fire could be better. Small optics, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and reload speed. Ideally, I would. Don't particularly need stability on there, so that's what I'm running with. Okay, and now moving on to my secondary weapon. As I said, it is the MP7. So let's quickly scroll down onto the slots. As you can see, it's responsive, unforgiving, and competent. So that bottom slot jumps onto the house, which is actually quite helpful, and it's handy in a pinch. This MP7, when my house gets out of ammo, it's quickly jump on there, jump on this, and get that final kill. Again, with the mods, just glancing over, so I've got magazine size with crit hit chance, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and headshot damage. Again, for the muzzle, suppressor, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and my grip, crit hit damage, reload speed, and 2.5% stability, which doesn't really add anything because it is an SMG. Lastly, moving on to my sidearm. Nothing special, it's just a sawed-off shotgun. It's got swift, brutal, but also predatory as well. So if my house runs out of ammo, or if I'm just running around, I can hit a down player quite quickly and get that 35% health over 20 seconds. Okay, now moving on to my abilities. I'm using the Concealed Pulse, which has got a 35% seconds cooldown, but with my skill haste it is a little bit quicker. I would like to use Overdose, but as it takes 38 seconds, even with skill haste, it's not viable. So I'll use the Immunizer, as pretty much everyone does, as per the meta. Cooldown is 25.10 seconds, so it's quite handy in a pinch. Just drop that, and also when I drop it, I get competent. And now moving on to the talents. As you can see, I'm running Adrenaline, which gives me 7 seconds of immunity from any status effects, so quite handy against bleed or any burn resist. On the move, as standard with this build, getting that damage, extra damage for people out of cover, getting that also does help in a pinch, especially with the teams. Not a solo build, I might add. Again, I'm utilising this in a team build because I'm not the best player. Secondly, critical save. Everyone uses this, using a med kit, increases damage resilience for 20% for 10 seconds. And also combat medic. I would normally run strike back, but as this is a team build, using combat medic does actually help. So that's it. There we go. As I said, just want to reiterate, this is basically a team build for Last Stand. Doesn't fare well build solo. So if you do like this build, like, comment and subscribe, or simply tell me about your builds, what you find are the best gear sets, and I will see you guys in the next video. So thank you very much, take it easy, and have a good day.